pension adjustments and their impact. The basic pension for retirees has been increased by an average of 3%. The main principles guiding this adjustment are fixed amount increases, linkage adjustments, and appropriate inclination. The appropriate inclinations are explicitly for elderly retirees and those from remote and hard regions. Most ordinary retirees will primarily be affected by the fixed amount adjustments and linkage adjustments. What do we mean by fixed amount adjustments and linkage adjustments? A fixed amount adjustment means a 3% increase on your original pension. Linkage adjustments are tied to the economic development level of the local area. In cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen, where the economic development level is high, pensions tend to be higher. Conversely, in inland third and fourth tier cities with lower economic development, pensions are comparatively lower. Overall, the average basic pension increase is about 3%. Why are young people less affected? It largely depends on which group one's parents belong to. For instance, if your parents are retired officials in Beijing with a monthly pension of over 10,000, a 3% increase amounts to an additional 300. While 300 may not seem like much, it's still a welcome addition, enough to buy some small toys or a backpack for the grandkids. If your parents are enterprise retirees in Beijing with a pension of 5,000, a 3% increase only adds up to 150. While not a large sum, it's enough to treat the grandkids to a nice meal. However, if your parents are enterprise retirees in a small county with a basic pension of only 1,000, a 3% increase amounts to just 30. What can 30 buy? Perhaps enough to cover a month's mobile phone bill. Nothing more. In general, the higher the basic pension, the greater the benefit. Retirees from large cities, both from enterprises and government agencies, tend to benefit more overall. Has the farmer's pension been increased? The answer is already clear. The minimum standard for the basic pension of urban and rural residents has been raised by 20 per month. The pension increase announcement also clearly states that the 3% increase applies to enterprise and government agency retirees, excluding farmers. Therefore, this 3% increase has no relation to farmers and is mainly concentrated on retired urban residents. Why are young people arguing about this? It again depends on which group one's parents belong to. If your parents have retired and are receiving a substantial pension to help with grandkids while also assisting with your mortgage, you're likely in favor. For example, in dual pension households within the system, a 3% increase for each parent can amount to hundreds or even thousands annually, significantly boosting family income. Who is dissatisfied? The second-generation migrant workers. While the retirement pay for farmers is relatively low, the Social Security contributions made by the second-generation migrant workers in the cities are comparatively high. In places like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, monthly pension insurance contributions exceed 1,000, far surpassing the pension amounts their parents receive back home. Although this money is for their future selves, the pension system operates on a pay-as-you-go basis. The pensions we pay now support the current elderly, and our future pensions will be funded by future generations, creating a temporal discrepancy, especially for those without corporate contributions. The full amount must be self-funded for the government in this era of fiscal constraint. Increasing retirees' pensions is an additional form of care. It's common knowledge that finances have been tight in recent years, and even without raising pensions, it would be entirely understandable. Yet, the state has still chosen to increase them, which is in itself a people-friendly policy. When money is hard to come by, even small amounts are valuable. Therefore, most retirees still support the state and understand the financial difficulty. The government also finds it challenging to allocate these funds. The real issue with pensions is the structural imbalance. The urban-rural gap remains unbridged. There is no consistency between enterprise retirees and government agency retirees, and the birth rate has plummeted. Today's middle-aged population can support the current elderly, But can the future generations afford to support today's middle age when they age? We support the increase in pensions, but hope for a system that addresses the present while considering the future, integrating urban and rural areas, eliminating occupational differences, and establishing a more rational and fair pension contribution system